I went through one broken relationship to another. I suffered abuse, betrayal. They were unfaithful many times. That lasted for about 10 years. So I became a single mother twice because I had a child from the first relationship and I had to flee. And the second relationship, I had another child, so I became a single mother of two. I had to flee from home. I had to go and live in the women's refuge. Because I had to flee and leave everything behind, I was left with anything. I had kind of built my life, but I had to leave everything, my job. I had to leave absolutely everything, clothes. I had nothing. I had to start from scratch. I didn't want to forgive. It was really hard for me. It was impossible because all the images, everything that I suffered kept coming to my mind. When I came to the church, I engaged on chain of prayers. I also had several sessions, one-to-one sessions with the helpers that really helped me to understand why did I need to forgive, why that I needed to let go. I had to be free. So they helped me a lot with the prayers, with the advice that they gave me, and I put into practice. Once I was able to forgive, I felt free, I'm happy, I have peace. It's amazing. You really have to let go. I'm free, I'm happy, I have peace. My relationship with my kids is amazing. I have a home, which I never had. I have a home and it's a happy home.
Good evening, welcome to Finding Answers. I want to talk to you tonight about betrayal, infidelity. When you talk about betrayal, you immediately bring into the equation two sides. The side of the person who was betrayed and the side of the one who betrayed. That includes the man or the woman that cheated, plus the other woman, the other man. Now, few things in this life are more emotionally painful than being betrayed by the person that you love. Because when you love someone, you put all your trust in that person. You put all your eggs in one basket, as they say. You build a life with that person, and you expect anyone in this world to hurt you apart from this person. And that's why it's so painful. Because you would never think that someone you love, someone you gave your life to, would ever do something like that. So perhaps tonight you are going through a pain like this, the pain of betrayal, the pain of being cheated on, perhaps continuously, and you don't have the strength to start a new life without that person who's cheating on you. Maybe you know you deserve better, you know you have value, you just don't have the strength to start again. Or maybe you're watching me now and you are the other woman. That's right, maybe you are the other woman, the other man. You know this person is not completely yours, and you know that everything that starts wrong ends wrong. We said yesterday in the show that over 70% of marriages that came from betrayal. So in effect, the man cheated on his wife with another woman and got married with that other woman. Over 70% of those marriages end in divorce. So maybe you're the other woman holding on to a false belief that this is the love of your life and that this will work, but in the back of your mind you know that what you're doing is wrong. If you are being betrayed or if you are betraying, none of the two parties are happy. Because although many people say, look, he is having his cake and eating it because he's cheating on me and has another woman, or vice versa, still the conscience is never clear. the person is never at peace, even though, yes, he's taking advantage of the situation. But maybe right now, you are sitting, watching us in a sofa, waiting, counting the minutes for your partner to call you, because you don't know where she is, you don't know where he is. You know something's not right. And you know why I know this? Because even though this never happened to me personally, this happened to my parents, and I used to see this happening at home. And maybe right now you feel completely betrayed, completely abandoned. You feel like you don't believe in anyone anymore, you don't believe in love anymore, and you are at the point of giving up on your marriage. Perhaps you have given up, you just don't have the strength to walk out of your house or to tell this person to leave. Whether you will stay with this person or not, I don't want you to give up on your own life. When we say for you not to give up, we're not saying for you to not give up on your marriage. Because maybe the marriage is finished. Maybe this person has no consideration for you. They cheat on you, they mistreat you. So when I say don't give up, it's not to give up on your marriage, but not to give up on yourself, because you have a future. You can be happy. You deserve to be happy. There is someone who can make you happy. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you love this person. You still find that there's a hope to change this person. If you're going through this pain of betrayal right now, if you are the other woman, and you know what you're doing is not right, and you want to leave that relationship, but you don't have the strength, and you want strength to change, to become a person that you don't have to be embarrassed of what you are doing. Whatever your case may be, I want you to contact us here tonight. Our telephone number, our confidential telephone number that you can speak to someone in confidence now, is 020-7686-6300. 020-7686-6300. If you're crying right now, you're sobbing, and you say, look, James, I'm a mess. I don't know if I'll be able to speak to someone properly on the phone. Don't worry. We'll wait for you to compose yourself. We are here to help you. Alternatively, if you want to put your words on a paper, or not a paper, but on an email, sometimes it's easier to write what we're feeling, then you can contact us. The email address is help@findinganswers.tv. I want to show you this video that was made famous over 15 years ago, I think. But you'll remember more or less what this refers to. Have a look. We're going to come straight back here to the studio.
I agree with those who have said that in my first statement after I testified, I was not contrite enough. I don't think there is a fancy way to say that I have sinned. It is important to me that everybody who has been hurt know that the sorrow I feel is genuine. First and most important, my family, also my friends, my staff, my cabinet, Monica Lewinsky and her family, and the American people. I have asked all for their forgiveness. But I believe that to be forgiven, more than sorrow is required. At least two more things. First, genuine repentance, a determination to change and to repair breaches of my own making.
You know, when I watch this video, I always remember two things. First of all, the time prior to this video when he said, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Remember that? First thing I remember. And second thing, I remember a biblical verse that says that the man who can control himself is stronger than the one who takes over a city. Now, I have Pastor Roland here with me. Good evening, Pastor Roland.
Good evening, James. Good evening to all.
At that time, Bill Clinton was the president of perhaps the strongest and mightiest nation here on planet Earth. He controlled one of the greatest nations ever, and yet he could not control what was inside his pants.
It's true.
Right? And even till today, most people will confirm and will testify that Bill Clinton was and still is one of the greatest and best diplomats. And yet he could not control his urges. And you saw there the trouble that it caused him and many people. And perhaps there are people watching us now who are in trouble, either because they were betrayed or because they are betraying.
He apologized, yes. Did people forgive him? Yes. Nevertheless, this embarrassment that he put himself was a shame. And perhaps you're watching us and you, the other woman, are ashamed of saying this to your own family. Maybe no one knows what these people are going through, right? Because up to that moment that was discovered, no one knew. He had responsibility. He was supposed to be, the leader, and that others would be looking at to see as the role model. And because of what he had done, his credibility was compromised. And people out home maybe going through it, maybe me, the other woman or the other man, or maybe the one that are doing the act, that are cheating on others. This person doesn't realize how much can hurt others. This person doesn't realize what the pain that can create in other people. And imagine his children, his wife, the people involved.
Yeah, and you see, he did so many great things. Bill Clinton was one of the best presidents for America in recent history. And yet no one remembers him for that. Everyone remembers him for the affair he had with Monica Lewinsky.
Because of Monica Lewinsky.
Right? And the thing is this, people can forgive you. People can say, I forgive you for what you've done, but yet that stain will forever be linked to your life. But there's still a chance for you to change. And I'm not exempting anyone who's doing this mistake from the guilt or from the harm that they're doing. What I'm saying is that, you can put a full stop to that and turn your life around. If you're being betrayed, if you're being hurt, you can also start afresh. Actually, the person I have here with me in the studio tonight that you'll meet in just a few moments, she was cheated on, she was beaten, abused, and yet she started again. So in the same way you can as well. So you that are going through betrayal, you being hurt, betrayed, cheated on, you that are the other woman, the other man, and you need help, you want help to start again, you don't know what to do anymore, give us a call, 020-7686-6300, or send us an email, help@findinganswers.tv. Let's go to a short break and we'll be right back.
From a very young age, my health was in a very bad state. At around 18, I fell into coma and was only given 6 days to live. The doctors were going to take me off the life support machine.
My addiction was destroying me. I was addicted to pornography because of my childhood where I was abused. Through the addiction, I tried to find peace and happiness, but that wasn't working.
Things were going wrong for me. I was failing at school, my mum didn't trust me. Everywhere where I was walking, I was paranoid. I couldn't even sleep in my own room. I was locking myself away every single day.
My childhood made me feel alone. Ever since I was young, I felt very insecure, and with my parents not being around as they were very busy with work, that affected me a lot. I felt very alone and unloved.
From a very young age, I got involved with bad crowds. I got pregnant at the age of 16, and for 8 years I was in an abusive relationship.
I always had problems in my previous relationships. My family didn't have no good relationships. I couldn't find a good relationship. I started to give up on the word love.
At the hospital, my grandmother received an invitation to the help center. She prayed for me and believed that I could wake up. Against all odds, I was given a second chance.
Finally, one day, I found the help center where there was this supervisor who supervised me and believed in me. Today, I'm free from my addiction and I'm free from my past.
I thought I was just made to be bad. I didn't think there was any good in me. But the people around me kept on encouraging me, and now my faith keeps me going.
Today is totally different. My past doesn't affect me anymore. Me and my parents today, we're so close. The little time that we have together, we take the best out of it. Because someone believed in me, my past doesn't affect me anymore.
I rebuilt my life bit by bit. Today, my life is totally transformed. I'm a confident woman. I found someone that believed in me, that encouraged me to let go of my past and move forward.
Before I gave up, there was people that advised me. There was people that didn't give up on me. So I didn't give up on my relationship. Now, I'm happily married.
Welcome back, my friends, and while we were listening here, what happened to Bill Clinton, I was typing in the iPad to find out about this news that I knew. It had happened a while ago. It says, exclusive. David Betrayal was brought down after betrayal by vengeful CIA agents and his own bodyguards who made sure his affair was exposed, claims new book. What happened here? He also had a position, a very renowned position, everyone respected that, in CIA, and he had to abandon because of this affair that he had, James.
And it always catches up with a person, right? You can't think you do something like that and no one's going to find out. Eventually, it comes out in the open. Now, I want you to meet the extraordinary person who's here in the studio with me today. And her story is truly amazing. She's been through a lot, but she's overcome that. So let's go ahead and meet this wonderful person who's here with us now.
It's pushing me for the rest of the week, so it's like a boost.
Things were really tight.
Today, the way I see myself is completely different.
I want to introduce to you Nadege, who's here with me now, and she has indeed an amazing story. How are you?
I'm okay.
You're okay?
Yes.
Now, you got married and eventually you started having problems in your marriage. But did your marriage start with problems or initially it was okay?
It was okay. In the beginning was fine, even though I was saying this is the man, for me, is the best man of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I found him. Everything is fine, and I get pregnant. I give birth to my daughter. Everything was okay. And they start asking me about, even though I go out, you have to ask me, where do you go?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I go for shopping, you have to ask, where did you go? Where did you buy? Start checking everything. Even my phone, you have to ask me, who called you this morning? Who asked you this? Even on the street, who asked you this? He was asking me so many questions. And I didn't think in that time, I was saying because he loved me, that's why he's asking me all those things. It just starts like this, and even some of the member family, they was coming to my house. When they come, after that, he say, why they come to my house? I don't want them to come into my house.
So he was jealous of you?
He was jealous.
How long after you got married did that happen?
After 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
So the first 2 years were fine.
Yeah, the first
And
2
then he
years.
started to control you.
He started controlling me for everything. If I go, even though when I go out, he has to ask me everything, even the money. Sometimes I was dependent on him because I wasn't working that time. So if he gave me the money, he has to check the shopping. Which ring did you buy? How much did you spend? So he was controlling me for everything.
Right.
Everything.
So it started with him asking you these questions. He was jealous.
He was jealous.
But then it got worse.
It really got worse.
What started to happen?
He started to beat me physical.
To beat you?
Physical abuse.
Do you remember the first time that he beat you?
I remember when we start, I didn't realize when we start, he beat me once. Yeah, I was in the street, we were walking, and he said to me, who tried to call you? I said, no, this is my auntie. He just beat me. I think it was okay, and we start continuing.
He beat you in the street?
In the street.
Was that in this country here?
Yeah, in this country.
And so he beat you in the street and you said you thought was okay?
Yeah, I thought everything it was okay.
Why? Why didn't you think this is wrong? He shouldn't beat me?
Maybe inside of me, I was scared of him.
So how did he do it? I'm sorry to ask you, but did he slap you?
He just slapped me. He slapped him. Just slapping me. I say, oh.
And no one that saw that, no one tried to stop him?
No one tried to stop me. No one, because he was an angry person. No one stopped me because I didn't want no one to know about these things. I was hiding everything.
That was the first time it happened?
Yeah.
It was a slap?
Yes, it was a slap.
Was he unfaithful to you?
He was. He was unfaithful because I remember once there's one lady came knock at my door. I was with my daughter and him inside, and someone came to knock and I said, oh, who's that? I went to open, there's one lady came in front of my door. He said, oh. And he came and he said, who's that, who's that? The lady said, oh, are you here? I said, you think you're separate with your wife? I said, who are you? And I tried to go down because I was upstairs to go and then go and look for the lady. And she said, no, don't worry, I'm going to deal with the lady. I said, I have to know, who's this lady?
So if he was cheating on you, why was he worried that you were cheating on him?
Because he has to check everything. He was jealous.
Do you know why? Because when someone is unfaithful, the person thinks on the back of their mind that their partner is just like them. Because they don't have any standards, they think that the person who is with them also has no standards. So in your case, your husband was cheating on you, was being unfaithful to you, and thought you were just like him.
Yeah.
But it was not true.
It wasn't true because it wasn't true. I was faithful to him. I was doing everything as all the women did. Cooking, cleaning, ironing clothes, everything was okay. Even my family, they say, oh, you are so lucky to have this lady.
So the first time he slapped you.
He slapped
What
me.
about the second time he beat you? What happened in the second time?
The second time, even though I was pregnant, he beat me on the stairs, and I didn't say nothing.
You didn't say anything?
I didn't say nothing, even though he came to apologize. I said, I'm sorry.
The second time you were pregnant, how did he hit you the second time?
The second time he just came and they started pulling my hair. So because I went out, I didn't ask him. I didn't say why. I should even call him to say, no, I'm going out, I'm going to do this. I didn't tell him. That's why he was so upset and started to beat me.
Okay. When was the worst beating that he gave you, that he did to you?
The worst one, it was 3 years ago. That was really bad because I've got even the scarf in my face here, if you can see. It was really bad. I was just asking him something because in the morning I said, oh, we don't have enough food here. Please, could you give us like money, we can go and do shopping? And he said, what?
You said this was 3 years ago?
Yeah.
So not long ago?
No long ago.
So 3 years ago, what happened?
Yeah, my face was okay. No, I didn't have this scarf. 3 years ago, he came, because he went out, he came back, it was like a night. We couldn't talk, because when he came back in the morning, and I was talking, I would say, oh, we need this in the house. They say, oh, you don't need to ask me. I'm the man, I always give you. I said, no, because we don't have it. And then when I was coming, he just came to slap me. I was going to the toilet. In the toilet, he came on the toilet sink, he put my head on the toilet sink. And
So he beat your head on the toilet sink?
On the toilet sink.
How many times?
Like 3 times.
3 times?
3 times, and I have to have blood everywhere, even though my daughter, because I've got 2 daughters. They were sleeping because it was 7 in the morning. He was going to work. They was crying. They couldn't see, but they saw the blood on the floor. They was crying. Instead, I was just crying for my daughter. I was saying, my God.
And when that happened, did you go to the police?
I didn't.
You didn't go to
I
the
didn't
police?
even go to the police. I didn't even call, not even to tell my family.
Okay, so here's the thing I want to ask you. You were married to a man who was unfaithful to you, who beat you up. Why did you never leave the house? Why did you say, I'm going to go and start a new life with my children? Why didn't you do that?
I was scared. I don't know why. Instead, I was scared. I didn't know how to overcome this. I didn't know the way.
Didn't you think that you deserved to be happy?
For that time, I didn't think that way. I was just thinking, oh, this is life.
So you just thought that's
life?
In all the times he beat you, you never told the police?
I never told the police. I never told my family.
So
no one knew. No one knew. But one day, my auntie, she came from France. She came to visit us. She said a sign like, oh, I can see like this person is not normal. Because I can see. I said, how do you know? Because he was asking me some questions. Say, is it okay? Is he sometimes get anger? I say, no, we are fine. Even though they was asking me questions, but I keep just hiding everything.
Did you ever tell anyone that he cheated on you?
No.
No. So all these things you were going through, you kept for yourself?
I just kept for myself.
How were you inside as a woman going through all this? How were you inside? How did you feel?
I was feeling lonely. I was feeling sad. I was feeling I can't do nothing. I can't achieve nothing. I didn't know what to do anymore.
So you see, Nadege, that I think most people in your situation, the first time that he hit you, they would have already gone to the police, they would have left the relationship because that's something that is unacceptable. The first time that most people would have found out that their partner cheated on them, they would have left. Now the problem is, it's very easy to say you should have left, or if he cheated on you, you should have gone and started your life by yourself. You should have reported to the police if he was violent towards you. Unfortunately, we understand, we know that many people who are in that situation, they don't have the strength to start again. I know it sounds obvious. Get your children, move out, go and stay with your family. But we know that some people don't have the strength to do this. Maybe that's you right now. Maybe you haven't been victim of domestic violence, but you've been a victim of betrayal. A betrayal that you've accepted, a betrayal that you said, or that you say to yourself, you lie to yourself saying, at least he comes home to me at night, so he's mine. He's not yours. Or she's not yours. You're lying to yourself. That's not a marriage. That's not a relationship. That's someone who's taking advantage of you. Maybe you believe that this person can change. And actually, yeah, people change. But maybe you're tired of being betrayed. Maybe you're tired of being abused. Maybe you're tired of being the second backup woman, backup man. You're just there for a rainy day. Maybe you're tired of that. You don't want to be the second woman anymore. You want to be the first. There's a reason why they call it the second woman, right? It's because you're not good enough to be first. Actually, you are good enough. It's just that you don't make yourself good enough by allowing someone to do that with you. So there's a reason why the second woman is called the second woman, because she's never going to be the first. The second is never the first. And you live in an illusion, perhaps thinking that you are. And maybe it's just now that we're saying this to you, that is dawning on you how bad things are in your life. I want to invite you, take a few moments and give us a call to speak to someone who's ready to speak to you now. I just went there during the break to see, and there are calls coming through. If you are trying to call and the lines are busy, keep trying. Speak to someone here in confidence. Tell the pastors here that are ready to speak to you what you're going through. The number to call is 020 76866300. You can send us an email as well if you want, help@findinganswers.tv. Now, you heard the story of someone who didn't feel the need to tell anyone that she was being abused, going through the domestic violence, and cheated on. She never told anyone. So something must have happened where her life changed. After the break, you're going to see what caused her life to be different. We'll be right back.
So, maybe you're thinking about making some big changes or setting some ambitious goals for yourself. Maybe you want to lose 20 pounds or read through the Bible. Maybe you want to run a marathon or repair a broken relationship. Whatever your big goal is, the temptation is to expect to go straight from here to here, or from here to here. The reality is, there are a lot of small steps between big decisions and big results. Challenges and obstacles await. At some point, you might even want to quit. But stand firm. Don't be disappointed with slow progress. Don't be overwhelmed by the destination. Rather, focus on what you can do today. Skip dessert. Read a chapter. Go for a run. Make a phone call. The more difficult the journey, the more rewarding the destination. And it can all start today with just one small step.
If you're a single mother suffering from a troubled past, then don't lose hope. There's always someone you can turn to. We understand. With all the challenges of everyday life, the financial responsibility, and the pressure of being a single parent, life can be overwhelming at times. Single parents and their children can flourish, but without the right support, a family can fall apart. The Tamar Group is there for lone parents who need guidance, support, and encouragement to get them through their everyday battles. Whether it's a group discussion, a mother and child bonding session, or some personal advice, we are here for you. Everyone needs a helping hand at one point or another. Let us be yours. For more information on our meetings and where the nearest Tamar Group is to you, then visit our website uckg.org/Tamar or give us a call on 020 7686 6000.
Welcome back, my friends. And while I was listening to this story, I remember the case of a person that was seeking for advice. And she came, forgive me the expression, but she came revolted. She came telling her story to the pastor saying, you know, pastor, I invested 2 years to conquer this person. And he now betrayed me. He's cheating on me. And, you know, my dedication was there for 2 years to conquer him. And now that I have him, it lasts only for 7 months. He is gone. And I want to restore this relationship. I remember the pastor, he was even standing for her, you know, because we believe in you. We believe you can make. We believe that there is no situation that can not change. Everything can change. We believe that you can make. And up to that moment, the pastor was there to help her. Because she was saying, you know, I fought to conquer him 2 years, dedicating myself. He even left his wife to be with me. And in that moment, things went wrong on her behalf, because she didn't realize that she fought for a man that was committed. And if he cheated his wife to be with her and abandoned his relationship to be with her, probably he would repeat the case with her. And that is what happened. After a while being with her, he found another woman, another one. And he did with her what he previously had done with his wife. So there goes an advice. Don't, as Pastor James had said, don't elude yourself, right? We're going to watch this video that speaks about why do people cheat. Take a look at it.
Infidelity, or cheating, whichever you want to call it, is a growing concern in society, and with sites allowing for easy access affairs popping up regularly and having more and more subscribers daily, the question arises, why? Why are people choosing to cheat? New research conducted at Harvard University by Lisa Shu has been published in the current issue of Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin. They examine that behaving badly actually alters a subject's sense of right and wrong. The famous psychologist Albert Bandura coined the term moral disengagement to capture the process by which people pervert their own sense of right and wrong just to give into questionable temptations. For example, here's a thought process. Yes, I know he's married, but it's okay to sleep with him. The logic of the moral disengagement goes, because here inserts an excuse. I can't stand his wife. If not with me, it would be somebody else. This is his moral dilemma, not mine. The institution of marriage is a meaningless concept. So, there are many options. Moral disengagement essentially allows people to behave in ways that at other moments, in a different mood, that same person would never consider. So, analyze your thoughts. Have you been having these moral disengagements?
Moral disengagements. I wouldn't have been able to come up with those words even if I wanted to, right? In other words, maybe you have, you know something is wrong, but you keep doing it. Like with Nadege, she's here with us, she was telling us her story, that even though she was beaten up, cheated on, even so, she wasn't strong enough to seek help. Right?
Yes.
So what changed? When did you decide to seek help?
I came in a church. I was talking to someone to help me, and then the person said to me, "Did you call the police?" I said, "No, I didn't call the police. First things you should call the police." And then I say, "Because you're still living with me in that time, even though this physical abuse, you're still living with me." And I say, "Okay, when you go." Call the police, because the police have to know, because it's gonna start keeping doing this thing. If you don't do it, it's gonna start keeping this thing. And I didn't even tell my family, so I went straight to tell my family. Said, "Did you call the police?" No. So my cousin took me to the police station. So he said, "We have to go to report this to the police." So we went to report to the police, and the police said they're coming to arrest him. So they came to arrest him in the house. So they have to leave the house. He left the house.
When the police came for him, did you feel guilty that you had told the police what he did?
Yeah, because when he beat me, when the ambulance came, he said to me, don't tell them I'm the one that did it. Otherwise, I'll be in the prison for 10 years for sake of our children. Please don't say nothing."
You see how some people have no character, no integrity, that they do something like that and still beg you not to tell anyone for the sake of the children. Actually, for the sake of the children, he should have gone to prison, right? So, okay, you called the police, then what did you do? Why did things change? What did you do?
Yeah, when I called the police, and the police, they took him from the house, and I left with my kids inside my house. After that, when I came to church again, they started telling me about forgive. You have to forgive him. And I started learning about to forgive, and I forgive him. When I forgive him, I start seeing change inside of me. I start seeing, like, I can move on, I can do something better for my life.
But Nadege, I want to just check something with you, because did the pastor say, forgive him and take him back, or forgive him and let him go?
Forgive him and let him go.
Yeah, I just want to say that, because sometimes people think, oh, you guys teach in the church that that she had to forgive, so she took him back. No, that's not what we said. whether you take someone back or not, you still have to forgive for your own good, right? You may never want to see the person in a relationship with you ever again, but you still have to forgive because you cannot carry hatred inside of you. Was it difficult for you to forgive?
It was so difficult because we can be separate, but the way we separate, it left me with the mark. It's like, no, I can't forgive this person. But I tried my best to forgive. So I forgive him. Even now, I can talk to him. Even my kid, they go to his house now because he's married to another woman. And even I can speak to the lady as well. So they go for holiday because I forgive him. If I didn't forgive him, I can't let my kid to go and see him.
And you see, some people think, well, but you got the worst part because he's moved on, he got married, he has someone else now, and you are not in that situation yet. Yes, but that's not the case. The case is that you are now safe, you've managed to let this hatred go, and you started a new life.
I started a new life. I'm happy now, and then I'm waiting, to get married for the right person. Yeah.
And you know something I noticed you said at the beginning? In the beginning you said that even though you were in this marriage, you felt lonely. And there's a lot of people who feel lonely even though they have a man next to them, even though they have a woman next to them. There's two kinds of loneliness. There's the loneliness when you are alone. And there's the loneliness even though there is someone next to you, but you feel alone. And that perhaps is the worst kind of loneliness. And maybe that's how you are. Again, if you ask me, James, do I have to forgive? The answer is yes. And I'm not saying forgive and go back to the person, or forgive and let the person keep cheating on you. That's not what we're saying at all. Perhaps you need to start again. Perhaps you need to let this relationship go. Perhaps you need a new beginning, but you still have to forgive. In fact, many people can't start a new relationship because they still hold on to the hurt, the grudges, the hatred of the past. And you saw that Nadege said just now, I'm ready to get married again. I'm ready to be happy again in that part of my life because she's moved on. So maybe you keep letting that person coming back into your life. You keep saying yes to her. You keep saying yes to him, even though that person cheats on you. But you haven't forgiven. You still keep that resentment. Maybe you keep saying yes, but you don't have the strength to move on. Sometimes the difference between knowing we have to do something and actually doing, there's a big abyss, a big gap there. And God is the one who can give you the strength for you to make that decision. I know perhaps you watch me now, you're going through something really hard. I want to ask God to help you, to give you this strength. I want to invite you for you to make a prayer with me in a few moments where you're going to ask God to give you the strength for you to do exactly what you need to do. Maybe like Nadege was before, you are now in a terrible, terrible, abusive relationship where you keep being betrayed all the time. Your trust is betrayed, you are hurt, and you want to start again. I want to make a prayer for you. Maybe you are the second woman. You heard here from us that the second woman will never be the first. Never. That's why she's called the second. You can be the first woman, but if you start being the first from the beginning, that's the key. If you start as the first, you will be the first. But if you start as a second, my friend, you have competition. And for you to go back to, to being the first, it's going to be virtually impossible. You that are going through a tough time, stay tuned. Prepare your glass with water because we're going to bless that water and ask God to give you the strength for you to change your life. Let's go to a break. We'll be right back.
When we want to reach our goals, we research, act, and make sure we know everything there is to know about that topic. We study hard because that is the intelligent thing to do. This is the same for our development as a Christian. The Faith School is designed for those who want a degree in spiritual growth, those who want to separate time to study the Holy Bible and follow God's path for their life. There is no admissions fee and it's suitable for every level of learner. You will learn how to interpret the Word of God for your daily life and become stronger internally. Do you want to find inner peace and spiritual strength? Then this course is for you. The Faith School, every Wednesday at your local UCKG Help Centre. For more information, call 020 7686 6000 or visit our website uckg.org.
Welcome back to the show, my friends, and yesterday we have promised that someone would receive this book as a gift. We have indeed received a call that was more important than the emails because this person convinced us. It's Paul from Hackney. We're going to contact you, Paul, and we're going to just get your details, the address, and we're going to send this sample for you that I recommend for all of you to have it. It says Bulletproof Marriage as a title. And it will bulletproof your relationship, especially against these kind of betrayals and cheatings, all right?
Yeah. And I want to tell you something very important just before we go for the prayer. You know, we get people coming to the church all the time with marriage problems. People who come to pray for their partners because things are not on a good note. The marriage is breaking down. And usually the request is, Pastor, pray because I want my marriage to be saved. Realistically, we know that not every marriage will be saved. Not because God can't, because God can. But also sometimes what we think is best for us is not really good. Because maybe sometimes you are so adamant that you want that man back. It may be that that man is not good for you. For example, Nadege, for so long, was in the relationship with this man who was destroying her life, and she was still there. Perhaps the best thing that ever happened was the day that someone said, speak to the police. And that marriage didn't work. And it's good for her because she started again. So there is no, I don't have a crystal ball to tell you if your relationship is going to work or not. But one thing I know that whether with the person you are with now or with someone new, God's plan is that you are happy. That I know. It's like saying to you that I don't know if you are going to be with this person or with somebody different, but I know that what He wants for you is that you are happy. And that's what you have to remember. And usually, people know exactly what to do. They know that they either need to leave that house, that relationship, and start afresh. They know that maybe they need to forgive. They know that maybe something needs to change, but maybe they just don't have the strength to do it. Let's ask God now for this strength. He is the source of power that can give you a boost for you to do what you've always wanted to do and you never had the courage. I speak to people all the time who left their countries and came here to the UK to start afresh, and it takes courage to do something like that. And a lot of people think about it but never do it. And those who do, those who venture forward, those who take the step to go forward, those are rewarded. Prepare your glass with water. Let's talk to God on your behalf right now.
Prepare now for the moment of prayer. If you would like a prayer for your general well-being, send your name and prayer request to prayer@findinganswers.tv.
Our Father and our Lord, in the name of Jesus, we come here before you, before your presence. You know why, my Lord? Because we believe in you. We believe that through this prayer you can touch inside this person that is praying with us right now. Because perhaps no one knows what's going with her inside. Maybe people see outside this person smiling and thinks that everything is fine. But my Father, maybe only this person knows what she's going through. She have not shared with anyone. But we come before you, my Lord, because we believe in you. We believe that you can help and help this person right now in this moment. My Father, there is nothing impossible for you. And you can indeed do all things. You can restore. Maybe the life of this person is in pieces. The relationship is in pieces. The marriage is in pieces. But there is nothing impossible for you, my God. And you can restore. We know this by your word, what is written in the Bible. Nevertheless, we have seen it happening in the life of people nowadays. And you can do, my Father, what no one else maybe can on behalf of this person. So visit this person that is praying with us right now. And by blessing this water, let this water, each and every drop, be blessed in a way that when this person drinks, she may feel that she can be restored. She may receive this assurance inside. I ask you, my Father, visit these people that are praying with us right now and transform their situation, my God.
In the name of the Lord Jesus, I want to pray especially now for the second woman, the second man. Show them, my Lord, that not only is it wrong to be that second woman, that second man, but also that they deserve better. They shouldn't be second, they should be first, the most important. Perhaps this person has allowed themselves to be in that situation because they don't think they deserve any better. Because they've been always treated like that, betrayed themselves maybe in the past, they don't think they deserve better. They think this is as good as it's ever going to get. But I pray, my Lord, let this person have some self-pride, some self-confidence also to say, this is not what I deserve better. And make a decision to end this relationship that started wrong so they can start something afresh, new, that will come from you, my God. After all, your desire is that all of us, without exception, will be happy in our love lives. When this person drinks of this water, let the strength they never had, or they never had before, come upon them now. In the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. I want to let you know that our church is open 7 days a week, from 6:30 in the morning until, the last person leaves at night, 10 p.m., sometimes even later. And if you need to speak to someone, you can always come in and speak to us personally. We are available 7 days a week. If you want to book a one-to-one with us, give us a call, and the person who's now answering the calls will book a time that's convenient for you. We'll make sure that we will be available. If you need help, we'll be there to speak to you in person. Okay? The number's there on your screen. It's been a pleasure to be with you. We'll be back with you again tomorrow at the same time. Until then, have a wonderful night. May God bless you.